2015 MotoGP season had been a cracker. Can you beat that? There was one rider who was leading right from the beginning, but there was another rider who led more laps, was the quickest of the lot, won most GPs, and he's here in India. None other than Jorge Lorenzo. Welcome to India, Jorge.
Thank you very much.
What a wonderful season you had. You had a slow start, but after Spain, you really, turned the throttle and went quite a lot. So what was the reason for your slow start? And then how much did it take for you to keep on coming and clawing back?
Yeah, for sure, has not been my best start because, in Qatar I was leading all the race, but I have some problems of vision in the helmet when was 7 laps to finish the race. So I had to slow down and lose positions, and I finished 4th. Then in Austin I have bronchitis, so I take antibiotics. I was very weak, also I finished 4th again. And in Argentina I have some problems of the tires. I didn't choose the right tires and I finished 5th, I think. So from then on, in Jerez I started winning. I won 4 races in a row, but then during the middle of the championship, the things has been complicated also again, and I lose some points. But then always in the 17 races before the last one, I was behind in points from Valentino. But just in the last race, I could win the race, made the pole position, made the first lap, and overtook him on points and win the championship. So very glad because when you achieve one thing that costs you a lot of effort and a lot of energy, you feel
Really better.
Much better.
The most important thing, which when you look at it, your career in MotoGP has always been on a Yamaha.
Yeah.
And you have also gone on record to say that you would like to see off your MotoGP career with Yamaha. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, of course. I arrived into Yamaha when I was 20 years old, so they treat me very well, like family. And I always have a good material. We fight almost always for the World Championship. So my dream will be to finish my career in Yamaha, don't change team. So let's see if we can achieve this dream.
Next year, you move on from a proven quantity, which was the Bridgestone tires this year, to the Michelins. How much will racing change and your approach also change for next year?
The tires are completely different. A lot of grip on the rear, not the same on the front. On the front, we have still so many crashes for all the riders. But they are working on it to try to improve the front. And especially the electronic will change a lot, no? The electronic will be the same for everyone, for all the riders.
True.
A little bit worse, a little bit less sophisticated, a little bit less modern, so it's more or less half a second slower than the old one. But anyway, it's the same for everyone, so the more clever and the more fast to adapt will be the best one.
Tell me one thing, motorcycling is in its truest form should be without electronics. What is your viewpoint on that?
I don't think it's a good idea, no? Because at this moment the bikes have a lot of power, have almost 300 horsepower, and without electronic will be so dangerous, no? The crashes in the exit of the corners by acceleration will be a lot, and the riders will crash having a lot of injuries, no? Because the bikes are very heavy, very powerful, and it's not the same that the bikes 20 years ago. And also I think for the people who buy bikes for the street, it's better to have some kind of electronic because the technology that we use on the track, on the racetrack, 1 or 2 years later, it comes to the street bikes. So I think it's a good technology, a good match of proof for the safety of the clients, of the people who use the bikes on the street. No?
You have come to India for the second time, and both times with the BIC, and both times you have got on a new sporty Yamaha. One was the R15 and now you got the R3. How have you seen the progression of Yamaha in India from the limited time you have come here?
I think, well, the Yamaha India told me that the sales has grown up.
Thanks to you.
2 times? 2 times? No, that's for me, no. It's because the people like more the bikes and understand that the bike is a nice vehicle to go fast into the places, but also helps a little bit the results of MotoGP, of course.
Absolutely.
But it's not everything. Yamaha is making a good work of the advertising in India, and the people are knowing more these kind of bikes, that are very similar to the R1, to the R6.
True.
Also, I think the R1 is selling here.
Yes.
Maybe not so much because it's quite expensive bike. But I think in the future, the economy in India also will improve, and the people will buy more expensive bikes, and the people who cannot afford this kind of bikes will buy bikes like the 3 and the scooters. And so I'm very happy that in India also the MotoGP sport is growing up. So
My last two questions to you. Number one, who do you think would be your biggest competitors or rivals next year in the MotoGP circuit?
Well, I think, for example, the Suzuki riders,
Yes,
they
yes.
will be stronger, I think, because the Michelin and the electronic is helping them a little bit to have a better performance. The Ducati are also improving a lot, but I think still the favorites are the same. No? The four riders that we were competing for the World Championship. Pedrosa, Marquez, Rossi and myself. I think we are the favorites still, but very close. The other riders are coming very strong.
And the last question, you have been using yoga to calm yourself down, to meditate. How much has it helped you as a rider to stay focused, to stay calm, especially during practice and qualifying? And I always seen that you have made your quickest laps in practice very early in the session and then very late. So how has yoga and Zen helped you across all this?
Yeah, you know, I always been very interested in, for example, the Japanese mentality or the Indian mentality, because the Indian mentality it's a lot of thinking about the karma and making the right things, and also the meditation to calm the mind and the spirit. So when you are in a professional sport like MotoGP, you have a lot of tension, a lot of pressure. So you have to try to calm down this pressure by meditation, by not thinking anything, just breathe and have a deep breath and just forget everything to go down in pulsations on the heart, you know, because when you are tension and you have a lot of pressure, the tension is very high, the pressure is very high, the pulsations are very high, and you get tired. So it's important not to get tired, but have a lot of energy.
Thank you, Jorge. Wish you all the best for 2016. Jorge Lorenzo is on a roll. He has known what it means to put in hard work to succeed on the MotoGP circuit. If ever there was a more deserving champion compared to whatever the public perception of Valentino Rossi was, let's be understand that he was quickest all year round, he was the fastest all year round, he led more laps on every GP and he won the most GPs. I think that is enough to put the record straight.